One year, my mom dressed me up as a tea bag. And it said Lipton on one side and herbal on the other, so I could choose which tea bag I wanted to be.
I always picked my own embarrassing costume. I wanted to be like a werewolf that was in a car accident. It didn't go over very well. I didn't have a lot of friends.
I was a janitor at the University of Minnesota in the freshman dorms, and they made the worst messes in the bathroom. They would like throw up in one toilet and then scoop it and pour it in every sink and make like shit sandwiches where they would clog the toilet, then take a dump and then put toilet paper on top, and then it would just be terrible. I had the master key and I had to lock the doors and make their like dorm buddy take them there. It was, terrible.
Yeah, one summer I worked in a concession stand at a baseball field, and it was like 100 degrees in this tiny little slushy stand, and there were like hundreds of hornets flying around in there, and I had to like fish hornets out of the slushy machine. That was pretty miserable.
Muffin.
Zach would definitely call it Muffin.
It's the name of my cat.
We talk about Zach's cat a lot.
And maybe like Meow Time.
Meow Time.
You know.
Probably.
Meow Time with Muffin.
Yeah.
People could call him and be like, meow, meow. Just crying and meowing.
Turn in right meow.
A tour bathroom story. Tour bathroom nightmares on tour.
We were on tour opening for On the Sobel. We had about 15 minutes before we were supposed to go on, and I was running around just getting things situated so we'd be ready to go. And I kept looking around for the two other girls that are in the band, and I was getting a bit panicked because we were coming closer and closer to like when we were supposed to get on stage, and they were nowhere to be found. And I looked at my phone and I had it on silent, and I had text messages, and they were like, "We've locked ourselves in the bathroom. We can't get out. Like the door handle's broken." So I have like 5 minutes before we're supposed to go on, and I was running around trying to find basically the maintenance guy so that he could come and knock the handle off the door and get them out so we could go on stage. So that's our bathroom nightmare story.
When you're on the road, who decides what you listen to, and is there any music that's banned?
We travel in 2 cars generally, so I get to pick what I listen to when I drive. We just tend to ban classical music.
On the count of 3, what would be a salutation that a unicorn would make to another unicorn in a friendly way? 1, 2, 3.
It would sound like beautiful flatulence. Describe the worst band that you shared a bill with without naming names.
It was this band in Phoenix. It was aesthetically bad. It was this goofy kind of comedy, polka, like aren't we wacky, quirky guys kind of thing. But then on top of it, their songs were all about sexual assault and making fun of consent.
Yeah, and they had one sort of about that like male activist spirit.
It was like, oh, you're not gonna keep me down, women. Like we're goofy, quirky, polka guys, and we're gonna do our thing no matter what.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Talk about the most interesting green room that you've had the pleasure of occupying.
One time we had a green room. It was in New York at the Mercury Lounge. And I was making out with someone in the bathroom of the green room. And then, like, someone came in and, like, we didn't know who it was. But then it was just the saxophone player from our band. His name's Emmett.
If you could be in any band in any time, what would it be?
I guess I would just be, like, in Selena. You could be in Los Prisioneros.
Yeah, they're a good band, too.
Do you have any inheritance from your family?
We got a big ass house in Long Island, and like Indian style, like the oldest son gets a house. One day my wife will get half my mama's jewelry. She's already saving and putting it aside. I'm like, there isn't no wife, and she's like, we're Indian, we just buy jewelry. Really, I just get my dad's good looks and my mom's business hustle. That's enough.
What do you think about birthright trips?
My man Ali Najmi, he's Pakistani like my brothers, and he went on birthright because he was a religion major at Oberlin, and he was on the bus and the train with like 50 Jews, and they were all like, come on, man, like, what's your story? 'Cause he was pretending to be Jewish at first, and then they were like, bro, your name's Ali, and they were all mean to him, but he was like, yo, my rabbi from my college said I could be here. So birthright sounded cool to my Jewish friends, didn't sound so cool for my Paki Muslim friend. That's what's up with Birthright.
So as a band, we eat a lot of gummies, and there's actually some regional variation in gummies when you're touring. So what is your favorite type of gummy? And if you don't like gummies in your band, why not?
That's my favorite flavor. I like Sour Patch Kids.
Dark chocolate.
Standing outside this woman's world. This woman's world. Ooh, it's all
I know that one.
Does that answer your question?